Hello, my tarot people. I am just coming in with you midweek to check on things. Since I'm not going to do a whole lot, this is just going to be a short video, which will be nice. So, light some sage. Especially since my last video was like 27 minutes long. We have a nice new different background. We have the garden, which is fantastic. So I kind of wanted to do like a midweek check-in where we're kind of just gauging how the forecast for the beginning of the week has gone and how much we have found it to affect or make our life easier or more difficult, what we've chosen to do with it all. Kind of like, I'm going to do a 3-card pull instead of what I traditionally do, and then we'll see kind of how, it all shakes out. Kind of like the first card will be, how it went. Second card will be like how you're feeling right now, and the third card will be like, how you can use it and take it forward for the end of the week. This will just be like Thursday read, kind of, because, Thursday being, I'm just almost reminded of Friends. The third day, Monday, one day, Tuesday, 2 day, Wednesday, what? Thursday. Anyways, Thursday is a special day for me. It's my lucky days. I know everyone always thinks it's like beginning, not quite the weekend yet, and it's like torture, but I don't know. It's like, what is it? Named after a certain god? I have to look that up. Ooh. Hope everything hasn't been far too emotional for you. Oh boy. Okay. Well, looks like it's been interesting. So I'll read the love cards first. Your spiritual awareness is growing, and so too is your sexuality. Sensuality is heightened, and this has a magical effect on the one that you love. A sacred union is reborn. Love is in the present moment. 2 hearts merge through an explosion of love. United, they create unlimited wealth. Together, they fulfill their dreams. Love and respect your loved one's opinions, but remain grounded in your own truth. You are both wise and beautiful souls. Everyone has a piece of the truth. Have you lost sight of what is really important? Remember a time when life was simpler. The world seemed like a giant playground just waiting to be explored. Perhaps it's time to rediscover that world together. And stop taking life so seriously. Achievements and possessions will pale into insignificance when your soul's journey back home to the light from which everything stems. So it seems like we are reconnecting with some people in our lives that we may have lost touch with, disagreements, kind of going off of, what I was talking about on Monday about, like apologizing for being a jerk or for doing something that wasn't so nice. And, everyone has their own way of apologizing. So the cards that I pulled for this middle of the week reading, they're all reversed except for the last one because I pulled a signifier card. And it seems like it's one of those things where the energy can become unstuck if you just allow flow. And we always want to hold on to things like really tight and not let any progress happen because we are afraid of what might go on. We don't have any control really in the way that things are going to be, and we try to control other people. We try to control situations. We try to control everything, basically. So we have the Ten of Cups and the Two of Wands and the King of Swords, all reversed. And then the signifier card is the Four of Pentacles, reversed, or upright. So it seems like we're like really holding on, trying to keep a stable foundation going. But honestly, if I would see all these cards together, it seems like the stable foundation and what we're trying to hold on to is not really worth holding on to, because we could be having so much more. I mean, the Two of Wands is like a hesitation to act in reverse, and like we have this King of Swords in reverse, and this is like a very stubborn, stubborn male masculine energy that's just like, no, I'm right, and this is my point, and I'm going to stick to it regardless of anyone else's opinions or ideas or thoughts or actions, and I'm just gonna, this is what I'm doing, and I think it's keeping us from going forth and receiving this amazing Ten of Cups energy, where we have like this feeling of total happiness and joy-filled life, where we have people and situations in our life that bring us complete and utter happiness and fulfillment, but we are resisting because of our own stubbornness, because the King of Swords in reverse is very stubborn. He is someone, it's someone who has a lot of information, who has a lot of ideas and understandings about things. He can, be a lawyer type, but, or an intellectual, but, he's also, he can also stick too hard to his principles of the letter of things and be too focused on the literal and the logical understanding. And as we've seen with the cards before, the love cards, and and we all need love and happiness in our life, regardless of how much we say that we don't. It's something that is a requirement, because that is part of the beauty of life, is that we have all this joy and love in our life, and when we reject it, we reject the best parts of ourselves. It's like, why do we reject people who love us? Because they remind us so much of what we could have if we just allowed ourselves to let go a little and not take life so seriously, and not be so concerned with the nitty-gritty little nitpicky details that don't even really matter. They don't. At the end of the day, at the end of the journey of everything, it doesn't really matter whether or not somebody said this at one point or did this at one point, as long as you can all come back together and know that, you are having a great time and everybody's enjoying themselves. Because the Ten of Cups energy is very much a happy family, like everyone is coming, all these 10 cups coming together, raising their glass and being like satisfied and happy together, regardless of what's actually, what is going on, because it's like a pause moment in life where it's a gift. It's a gift of pause from the daily struggles, the outside energies coming in. It's the family, it's the heart, it's the hearth. I mean, a lot of it just goes to Ten of Pentacles too, but we have, it's the emotions, the emotionalness of it all. So if we can just let go of that, that holding on to petty misunderstandings and petty things that have gone on, and understand that we're all working towards a similar goal in life, we can, we can have those moments of pure joy. Now I want to pull one more card because, you know me. Always pulling more cards. Right. So we have the Queen of Swords. It's funny. Sometimes that King of Swords doesn't want to listen, and the Queen of Swords has to come in and be the diplomat, and she has to, well, she's not quite the diplomat, but she is diplomatic. She's very smart. She's very wise. She has a lot of, she can counteract the King of Swords pretty well, because they're, both swords. She comes in, she brings in these new ideas. She says, you don't have to be so stubborn. Here, let me point out some things to you, that and we're on the same understanding because we're speaking the same language, the same, type of understanding. And we're saying, it doesn't have to necessarily be all so difficult, and it doesn't have to be so stubborn and so hard, because she brings in that feminine, the receptiveness, she brings in the receiving of ideas as well. And it's important to be able to receive understandings and ideas from other people as well. With that, I guess I will leave you, and I hope you enjoyed this short little intermission, and let me know. Kind of fiddling around with things and trying to figure out, what the next move is for these podcasts, because I want to keep people watching. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. All right, bye.